Welcome to The Topic, where we highlight Houston Community College, our students, our programs, and our reach into the community. I'm Amy Tan. This has been a dangerously hot summer in Houston. Air conditioning and refrigeration aren't just luxuries, they're essential to our well-being. Paul Osborn is HCC's lead HVAC instructor, and he's here with us today to talk to us a little bit about our HVAC program. Paul, welcome to the show. You might want to unmute for us, Paul. Are you able to unmute, Paul?
Sorry about that.
There we go. Great. Yes. Thanks so much for being here. How fast is the HVAC and commercial refrigeration industry growing?
It's growing very fast. Global revenues by 2028 are going to be $456 billion is projected. That includes 13% employment increase in the U.S. alone. And there's a lot of people retiring from our industry too, so it's important that we get them replaced, get new people trained, and into the business. Opportunities exist for women and men as well.
Yeah, I think most of us experiencing the heat this summer, we really appreciate having our friendly HVAC, our HVAC workers who are out there right now in the heat trying to make sure the AC is still going for some of us. Can you tell us about the credentials that your program offers?
Well, we make sure that our students are EPA certified, first of all, and of course they receive a certificate from HCC for level 1 and level 2 technician. We also make sure they get their Texas technician certification, as well as OSHA 10 certification. So those basic credentials they walk out the door with and ready to go to work.
And you have professionals from the industry that serve as instructors in the program. Can you tell us something about that?
Exactly. I've been in the field myself for over 4 decades now. And so as I began to get a little closer to retirement age, I became more interested in, leaving a legacy and get involved in teaching the subject matter. The career experience is important for students to absorb what we know. We know what they need to know. And we have, all of us who are teaching, who have been in the career field, have a vested interest in and a passion for making sure that the integrity of the workforce in the HVAC industry is maintained. So there's a real passion among experienced HVAC career people in the teaching part of it.
And so not only do you have experts in the classroom, but students are exposed to hands-on learning.
That's correct. We have a lot of equipment and trainers that we've built ourselves in the workforce part of it to promote a building block method of teaching what they need to know walking out the door. So through repetition and that approach, students gain a lot of confidence in being able to go out in the field and do the work and start off as a well-qualified apprentice.
And what role do apprentices play in the program? I'm sorry, apprenticeships.
Well, apprentices, when they go out in the field, they go out well qualified to begin as actual hands-on, not only help, but trainees who can very quickly become technicians in the field. It's very difficult to enter into the business without without having this basic training that we give them. Heavy emphasis on theory of operation and hands-on practice, and like I said, repetition. And so they are going to be, qualified technicians. Inside of a year, they'll be, leading others. So the basic training is the place to start to go out in the field and work.
And once they start in the field, how can they progress in their careers?
We have opportunities for them to come back and take advanced training, receive certifications such as NATE, which is North American Technician Excellence. Those certifications are very important for students to be able to collect over the period of the first couple of years of their career. Opportunities in commercial, residential, air conditioning, as well as commercial refrigeration are out there. So, the entry-level knowledge matches the industry need, and it's very critical that we get new people out there working in the industry under other seasoned professionals.
I mean, I think everybody in Houston is going to agree with you on that right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about the affordability of this program.
It's very affordable at HCC compared to some of the other schools, and we pride ourselves in having one of the best programs in Texas. But there are also grants available that if people need help with tuition and books, those programs are available. Well,
and Paul, are you working in air conditioning today?
I am inside the building, yes.
Well, I am too, and I'm absolutely grateful. And I really appreciate your taking the time to come here and speak with me today to highlight your excellent HVAC program.
Thanks so much.
When we return, a career with a sunny outlook.
Sometimes what you need just shows up. Houston Community College has your back, whether you're knocking out some basics or upping your game for a better job. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
For more than a year, we have kept you informed with more than 500 remote episodes. But now we're back, bigger and better, with more news and more guests. Join us live every weekday at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and on HCC TV at noon and 5 p.m. You can watch from anywhere. We go where you go.
And welcome back to the topic. The issues of energy independence and infrastructure reliability are leading more and more people to investigate solar energy. Instructor Gabe Cuadra joins us to talk about HCC's solar energy program. Welcome to the show, Gabe.
Thanks, Amy. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
And so I'm excited to talk to you about solar energy. How much is the market for solar growing, and what kinds of jobs will be available in the field?
Yeah, no, it's we think of solar as having been around for a while, but it's really a very new industry, and it's been growing over the last 5 years at over 36% per year. That's just astronomical growth for any industry. It currently employs 340,000 Americans. That's the highest amount of employment of any electricity generating industry. So more than coal or nuclear or natural gas plants and so forth. So continue to expect a lot of growth, especially with the with the support it's getting from the government right now. So I think it has a long trajectory.
And I know this wasn't on your script, but I'm just thinking about how we've seen solar energy in both the residential and the commercial areas.
Absolutely. There's a lot of opportunity in both. There's residential scale, there's commercial scale, but then also utility scale. And so there are full power plants being created in fields to provide utility scale electricity. And all three sectors are growing. And one of the other sectors that is going to see a lot of growth is nonprofit organizations, churches and schools and so forth. There's significant incentives now for nonprofits to install solar, and they'll need a workforce to get those systems installed.
Absolutely. We all want to be able to save money and have, produce that electricity so we can have our nice AC going every day.
Right.
How does HCC prepare students for careers in solar energy? What certificates do we offer?
So we've got a program in place that is recognized by the Electrical Technicians Association International. And so at the end of the course, students will be given the opportunity to take an exam. And by passing that exam and having successfully completed the course, they will be certified as level 1 solar installers. We hope in the future to add a level 2 solar installer program to the curriculum. But as of today, we're just getting started with the level 1 solar installer certification.
So with those certificates, our students will be prepared to go straight into a job in solar energy.
Absolutely. The industry really struggles to find anyone with any training right now. And the government regulations that have come out, the incentives for installing solar, are going to require companies to hire people who are in training programs, recognized training programs that can serve as apprentices in the area. And so this is going to be very important to getting a job, to have these skills and to be able to show that you have these certificates in order to get hired. And the industry is going to need it in order to benefit from the government incentives.
Well, and I imagine our audience is wondering, what is the program like and what kinds of activities do students get to do when they are earning these certificates?
Absolutely. So it's a combination of lecture and a lot of hands-on. And so we do teach the fundamentals, and there's a lot of understanding that needs to go into not only solar production but energy storage systems. But the text and the lectures are complemented with a lot of hands-on exercises. They will mount solar panels. They will connect solar panels to inverters and charge controllers and batteries, energy storage systems. And they will apply all facets of the industry that they'll see when they go out and get jobs.
And Gabe, so I guess we have models of solar panels and different kinds of batteries here at HCC that students will get to work with.
Right. We have actual solar panels and batteries and so forth, and we'll get them on. And we'll also, I always invite the students to go on field trips and see installed systems. So we, in fact, have just done a project at Hope Farms, which is a couple of blocks away from the South Campus, and several of the students went over and got to participate in that installation and saw how that installation worked.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a really big project, right? The Hope Farms.
It is. It's a really nice sized project where they hope to supply all of their energy for their main pavilion from solar power.
What is the earning potential like for solar energy careers?
Well, it's very broad, and there's not just one solar career. There are many different roles in terms of solar employment. There are the people that need to work with the clients and do scoping and sales. There are people who need to do the technical analysis. There are the designers and the installers, and those jobs can run the gamut from entry level salaries to six-figure salaries, depending on what role you have within the industry.
And are there any scholarships or grants that might be available for a student who's looking to earn a certificate in solar energy?
Absolutely. We were very lucky to kick off the program with a large scholarship fund. And so we have plenty of scholarships available for students who are interested in the field, and would really encourage them to contact the school about enrollment and scholarships.
And is this program primarily located at our South Campus?
It is. We are, in fact, just had a discussion yesterday with my boss about being open to doing some hybrid instruction where some students could participate partially virtually and then come in for the hands-on exercises as needed. So anyway, right now it's just at the South Campus, but we are absolutely, if the demand is there, open to expanding to other campuses.
And for our audience, our South Campus is located at West Airport and 288 right outside 610. Very convenient location to our Central and Midtown campus. So Gabe, thank you so much for joining me today.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Amy.
And when the topic returns, we are going to learn about smart building.
Sometimes what you need just shows up. Houston Community College has your back, whether you're knocking out some basics or upping your game for a better job. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Technology is changing every aspect of our lives, including the buildings where we live, work, and play. HCC Central College's Architectural Design and Construction Center of Excellence is preparing students to take advantage of all the opportunities this new field provides. We're joined today by Dean Kris Asper to learn more. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
So green building is an emerging field. How is HCC addressing that?
Okay, this topic is very critical to the economy, very critical politically, very critical to our students. We try to train our community to make sure that they can work with this emerging technology to save energy, to work more effectively, more efficiently with the new devices. We have devices coming from everywhere. We need to train those students to interface those devices and be able to control them, be able to troubleshoot them, to be able to design them and install them.
So I know it's emerging. It's a large concept. We all want to save energy, both to save money and preserve our infrastructure. Where are opportunities in that?
Okay, we developed several degree plans to work on this. The newest one is the smart building. And the smart building, you are talking about building, not just homes. This is Houston, is a huge. We have the downtown buildings. They have buildings 60 stories and more. We have the medical center. We have the woodland. We have the Galleria. We have a lot of those buildings. If we can get enough people to work on this building to make them work more efficiently, we'll help the EPA, we'll help the environment, we'll help the economy, we'll help the landowner. We help everybody. In the meantime, this kind of technology is still here, is here to stay. So the more we train our students, the more they need, because every day there's new things, you know, dealing with computers, with the clouds, with internet, with the type of the devices, with the type of the connection. All those are critical, important, and that's what HCC are working on.
So, in thinking about all these buildings and development, what are some new emerging technologies?
Okay, the new emerging is the cabling. That's the first thing. We start with the cabling. And now in your home or in the building, we are planning to train our students to use different type of cabling, which is the Ethernet cabling, the coaxial cabling, the fiber optics. Those kind of cabling, they deal with low voltage. Low voltage, it means save energy. Rather than using 110 volts or 220 volts, now we are going to be able to use 20 volts. And that's tremendous amount of saving to the people. So rather than putting a device and pulling 110 and strain the utility companies, now we can put the device and pull out 20 volts to do the same function or better, even better. That's what we are trying to help our students. In addition to that, the interface between computer, iPad, telephone, and the equipment. That's very important, and a lot of people they have trouble with it. And we get people who have a little bit interest in technology, in computers, and in engineering. We merge all those together and we put them to get trained to serve this kind of economy.
So it sounds like we're putting less pressure on our reserves and our electricity usage, but we're improving function and we're not losing any quality.
Absolutely. You know, electricity is the center of the universe. We cannot live without electricity. But what we like to do, we like to use it more efficiently. We don't want to waste it, you know. We want to use it efficiently, and we try to make it more affordable to regular people, to low-income people. And that's what we are trying to do. But we are going to still use this electricity. You know, it doesn't matter the source, whether it is fossil fuel or nuclear or solar. We're going to use energy. However, the energy we're going to use is little compared to what we are using today or what we used yesterday. That's the focus. So we try to make sure that we work with building automation, we work with solar, we work with all kind of devices that they can save energy. And that's what most of people want, you know, and that's what young generation are interested in. I find that most of those young generation, the millennials, they come to us and all what they know is the iPhone. So we took that skills they know and we try to make it affordable to them. We try to make them make money out of this iPhone. It's not just to play games, but also you can do a project. And that's what most of those students are interested, especially when we are dealing with dual credit. We go to high schools, 10th grader, 11th grader, 12th grader. When we go there, they open their mouths. They want to jump in and start using this kind of technology.
So the mobile technology is really key to the smart building.
Absolutely. Even technician, you know, we are not using something new. We are copying what had been used a few years ago. You know, if you have a car and there's a problem with your car, a check engine light will come on the dashboard. So you take that car to the mechanics. Mechanics put a scanner and tells you what the problem, so they can fix it more effectively with less trouble and shoot, hit and miss, you know, with less time and less money. We try to do the same thing with all those equipment. So if there is a problem with your AC, a technician will come with an iPad, log onto the Nest, and the Nest tell them where's the problem in the AC, so they can go and troubleshoot it effectively, less time, less money. That's what we try to train our students. So we train our students using iPad. We have plenty of iPad, different software on it. We try to let them use those iPad, use their iPhone, use the computers to make sure that they can they become efficient technician in fixing troubleshoot and fixing or installing a device.
And what impact does this have on our Houston economy?
Oh, quite a bit. You know, when you try to save money, you know, whether on using the devices or fixing the devices or installing the devices, that's tremendously save money and employ a lot of people. You know, these kind of technology, it's not offered everywhere, you know.
Right.
Technology is expensive, you know.
Yeah.
Every time we try to build a lab, costs us a lot of money, you know.
That's right.
It's expensive. But,
Kris,
you know,
I'm so sorry I have to wrap this show, but I want to thank you for coming. Thanks for joining us on the topic. For more information on this, visit hccs.edu/podcast. For the topic on HCC TV, I'm Amy Tan.
Thank you.